Coming up on the Merge Out Loud, Haste the Day is hanging out with Tower. Stay tuned.
Hey, welcome to the Merge Out Loud. My name is Tower. We're with the metalcore band Haste the Day. So first of all, appreciate you guys being here. Mike, you and I have known each other for like 6 years or something like that now. And it's cool because we've really seen this genre grow. We met at an American Legion in Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah.
And I think when you play a show like that, the bands have to put the folding tables back themselves and set the room back up, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a community effort.
And how old were you when you actually started the band?
Yeah, I was a junior in high school, so I was 18.
17, 18 years old. And this was, what you do is really a niche at that point. I mean, it's like kids in a room and there isn't really any national exposure or anything like that.
No.
You've seen that go from there to playing in Australia, South Africa, Europe. What's that been like? Why do you really think that people have really grabbed on to a kind of music that many would see as very extreme and very not easy to be a fan of?
I don't know. I think what's really appealing is the community aspect of it, and you know, when you're a teenager, you want to be a part of a group of people, and you want to get in your own niche and have things in common with people. So like when I started getting into the scene, like it was something that was different from other people, so I felt special being a part of it. So I think that was kind of the draw with people, and now it's exploded, and you know, the music is, I think it, like heavy music has gone poppier. You got choruses and harmonies and all that stuff, so it's definitely broadened the group of people who would like it. So.
Yeah, and Steven, you, the really cool thing about bringing you in the band is you're a guy that plays guitar, you sing, you could have done really any kind of genre of music that you wanted to. You chose to get up there and to scream and to put a different spin on that. You know, you could have been in like a pop band, or you could have been playing acoustic music in a coffee shop. Like, why is your heart in this? Why do you love this so much?
Well, actually, me and Dave, I started a band when I was like 14, called New Day Awakening, and then I played guitar and sang, and we were like a pop punk, like
every band was in the late 90s.
Right? Yeah, we really wanted to be like the Juliana Theory, and somehow that morphed into like we had some screaming stuff that I didn't do because I didn't know how to scream yet, and then that morphed into like a heavier project, and we all just started listening to heavier music.
You just kind of grew up and grew into it, right?
Yeah, and I really loved Zayo and tried to be exactly like Dan, and screaming wise.
First video we're going to check out is called Mad Men, and it's very interesting visually because you actually use something called outsider art. You want to tell me about that? And really, most people don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's basically, we feature 3 different artists, and these are artists who used the art as an outlet for their different mental disorders, schizophrenia and a few other ones. And so just for them to be able to paint what's going on inside their head and use that as an outlet was something that was therapeutic for them. And so there were 3 different artists, and we shot it all green screen, and we were kind of a part of each of the paintings, and the paintings came to life, and it was just a really cool concept.
And that, real quick, is that kind of a way to give a voice to people who are marginalized? I mean, as a band, that was something that was important when you're shooting this?
Yeah, I mean, we thought it was a really cool concept, especially with the lyrical content of Madman and the title itself.
And lyrically, Mad Men actually fits the video well. You want to tell me where the song came from?
Yeah, the song is about basically 2 guys who pull a job, get caught. One of the guys sells the other guy out, and that guy is rotting in a prison cell just thinking about what happened, and basically kind of Count of Monte Cristo type thing.
So this comes from true events then?
No, just kind of a made up story, but.
It's the Merge Out Loud, Haste the Day. The video is Mad Man. Tower. Coming up on the Merge Out Loud, we talk with Haste the Day about what it looks like to have real faith on the road, as well as the changes that the band has gone through. It's the Merge Out Loud. We're with Haste the Day. You guys have been through the Chicago area where we live several times in the last couple of years, and a lot of times when you're out on the road, you're actually touring with bands that don't even not share your belief system, but sometimes even have like opposite beliefs on spirituality and who God is and if there is a God. Like, what's that like when you're out there touring, and how does your faith show through?
Well, it doesn't affect the way that we treat anybody. We just want to love everyone despite their beliefs, and we want to really just accept everyone no matter where they're coming from, even if they think that what we believe is not true. Like, it doesn't affect the way that we treat them. So, we've made a lot of great friends on the road, like a lot of secular bands, and just we just try and be loving and be there if they want to talk about anything, and just really, we believe that that's what Jesus is all about.
I mean, you're on the road so much together, and so much of this life is just driving around in vans. I mean, everybody that goes to the show sees the really cool 2 hours, and the other 18 are spent driving in a van. Like, do those questions just naturally come up when you spend that much time with other bands?
Yeah, I mean, God works in a lot of crazy ways. Like, a lot of times we will feel like we're not doing anything, and God will be working through us. Like, and we do like Bible studies on the road, and try and keep it up as much as we can. Do it like a couple times a week. Just hit like a chapter of the Bible, and then a lot of times that's cool because it ends up relating to the tour that we're on, and we end up like being able to like have better attitudes about like where we are, and a better idea of what Jesus would be doing in that situation, and how we could replicate what he would be doing. So
yeah, and Mike, you've really had to have a gut check on whether or not God wants you doing this, because except for you, the band has completely turned over. You're the only original member from when this started in high school. What's that look like to still be doing Haste Today, but with completely new members now?
It's been really different. Like, started the band with Brennan in high school, my best friend since 8th grade, and his brother, so we were just like a family unit. And then Jimmy and Jason, it's just, those are my best friends. And to see them go with each member that left, it was like, wow, should I still be doing this? Or, it just made me recheck what the purpose of the band was, and had to find my identity not in my friends, but in the Lord and in the mission of the band. So it's been difficult, but the new guys are amazing, and Steven's been with the band for 4 years now, and we're like brothers. And
you're going to see a very different lineup with Haste Today when everything falls. It's on the Merge Out Loud. When Everything Falls from Haste the Day on the Merge Out Loud. I'm Tower. Coming up, we talk with the band about how their lyrics are actually very different even from other Christian bands in their genre. It's the Merge Out Loud. This is the Merge Out Loud. My name's Tower. We're with Haste the Day right now. And lyrically, you guys are different even really than other bands within the Christian genre of what you do, and that Christian or mainstream bands that do the style of music you do tend to write very dark, abstract lyrics. And you guys just tend to come from a happy place.
Sometimes.
A lot of times.
I think Dreamer is written from a little bit of a darker place. So I was going through a lot when that record was written, and a lot of people think that Christianity is just smooth sailing, easy, but the truth of it is that it's actually it's life, and we still have to rely on God, and we still have to trust God, and that's basically what that record is about, and just there is hardship there, and it gets a little darker at times, but still we try and keep that positive message that
And this time around, you really kind of lyrically channeled that into theatrics sometimes, right? The lyrics aren't like, I'm sad because of this, I'm struggling with this. You tend to write it into characters like a movie.
Right. There's a lot of metaphors and analogies in there.
Yeah, Steven definitely lyrically brought Haste Today to just a deeper and slightly on a darker level, where when we had Jimmy, it was great, but it was, we had songs like When Everything Falls, which was just really basic and just like a battle anthem cry, and just really simple and positive and uplifting. So just kind of those two two different styles since Jimmy and Steven. It's been cool.
And when you went to put Dreamer together, I just love the metalcore genre so much because you know that the people that love this music are like poring over message boards, kind of dissecting lyrics, dissecting what's going on. After the 45 minutes to an hour that the album runs, like what is it that was in your lives that you were kind of going through as people of faith and as human beings that wound up being in the album that you hope's translated out there? Like how does life become art?
Hopefully, what I was hoping that people would get out of it is that you don't have to be afraid to turn to God, that you don't have to be, no matter how bad you messed up that time, like you don't have to be afraid to go to God instead of running away, because a lot of our natural reaction is just run away and like get out of there and like be afraid to even talk to God, you know, and
Live in guilt.
And I just that's what I learned through that experience and through writing those lyrics, and I was just hoping that, you know, some other people would get that message too.
We're going to go ahead and check out the video for Stitches, which Steven is when you pretty much came into this band, right? What's that experience like to go from one band and then step into something where there's these fans that really love what Haste Today is and not knowing if they're going to accept you and having to get out there and kind of put yourself out?
It was really challenging, but I had some awesome dudes to help me through it, and it was really fun and amazing, and couldn't have asked for anything better.
He's the best thing that's happened to Haste. No doubt.
The video is called Stitches, like just song, visually, what are we watching here? Where'd this come from?
Well, lyrically, it's about having a friend who's struggling with something, and in the video, it's portrayed as a drug addiction or alcohol or whatever, and not being scared to, actually being scared to say something to them that they're worth more than that. They're worth more than the things that they're doing to themselves, and that's kind of what the stitches in your mouth is kind of a metaphor for. So it was a cool video.
Haste Today, the video is Stitches on the Merge Out Loud. It's the Merge Out Loud. Coming up, we're going to meet Dave from Haste Today, the member you haven't met yet, as well as talk about the band's future plans. The Merge Out Loud. My name is Tower, wrapping up with the metalcore band from Indianapolis, Haste Today. This is Dave, by the way, another official member of the band.
Hi, Dave.
And you guys are getting ready to work on album number 5. Mm-hmm. And what's that look like? Because when you first are a band, it's so exciting to actually play a guitar riff and then hear it back through the speakers and realize you recorded it. Album 5, what's it feel like to sit down and put songs together this time?
It's fun, and each album's different. It's a fun experience to see something go from just an idea and then get the whole band together, start throwing ideas together, and then that finished product, it's a great feeling to just listen to that. It's a fun process.
And for you guys as individuals and as a band, like what is it that just really makes you want to write songs and play music right now? Other bands, just what like things in your lives, what's inspiring you?
Lately I've just been really paying attention to the musicianship and just the musical accuracy that other like professional musicians are doing, and it just strives me to be better as a musician, and I think it's striving all of us to just be better at what we do, and it's just fun to write music that kind of helps us get better.
I know you guys are really intentional about spending time with the people that love what you do on the road. Like some bands are never at their merch tables, are never around to say hello. You guys are kind of the opposite of that, where you're always around.
Yeah.
When you're having conversations with these kids that love what you're doing, and a lot of them that are going through hard times and struggling with the kind of who am I and where am I going questions. Like, do those moments and those conversations tend to work themselves into the album?
Sometimes, it's a very inspirational and very kind of a humbling experience to know that someone is taking more out of the music than just your personal experience, that they're relating it to their lives, and God is working through that. So it's very inspirational for writing new music and coming up with ideas and stuff like that. So.
And you guys have been really open about your faith and how you believe God's calling you to a very specific time to do what you're doing right now. Like when you write, how does just your faith play into that? Obviously, you wrestle with your faith and songs come from that, but as a band, you sit down together and kind of pray over the songs, or like what does that look like as a band to make sure you're on track spiritually?
On this record, I know that we're going to be kind of helping pool everyone's just what we've been through as a band and where we are. We're going to try and capture that lyrically and yeah.
Yeah. And what's 2010 look like for you guys?
We're going to finish writing our 5th record and go and record that in Richmond, Virginia, and then probably just tour the rest of the year, maybe get on a summer fest and do a headliner and maybe some more international stuff and just keep busy.
Yeah, how cool is it to go to countries where they don't speak English as a primary language and they're singing along with like every word?
It's mind-blowing.
That's weird.
It really is.
Haste the Day, really appreciate you guys being here.
Thanks, man.
The latest album from these guys is called Dreamer. They're working on their 5th project right now. You're watching The Merge Out Loud.